We are live, JD. Take it away. Hey, welcome to everybody who's in here already.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Aberrant, first edition by White Wolf Game Studio, now defunct and replaced by, well, many other labels. My name is JD the XT, and I am here with my lovely players. Well, lovely being a very subjective term. Gentlemen, speak for yourselves.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Mr. Slindy,
Hey,
aka
everybody.
Frankie. I'll be here playing Shroud.
All right. Take it away.
Hey, everybody. It's Cook. I guess I'm friendly. I'm going to be here playing Mjolnir, known better as John D. Henry.
All right. And Michael?
And I'm Michael, and I'll be playing the plucky little 18-year-old kid Luke Franklin, also known as Insight.
All right. So, for those of you joining us from home who have never heard of Aberrant, Aberrant was published in the late 90s by White Wolf Game Studio as their take on a superheroes game. What you are going to hear is based in the year 2008 in a slightly alternate history, and we are just now getting what is, for all intents and purposes, our first session of a brand new chronicle starting tonight. We are missing a couple of people that will be joining us later on in the chronicle, but for tonight, it's just the three of these guys and yours truly. So, we're going to go ahead and get rolling. We are actually going to be using a custom character sheet designed by Mr. Slindy. It is all Hotmail coded and fancy, and we're loving the heck out of it. We'll be using Roll20 for dice rolls only. But, all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let us begin. So, when last we left our intrepid heroes, crazy stuff was going on. The new Team Tomorrow Auxiliary Group, aka our player characters, based now in Houston, Texas, in the wake of the tragic death of Graham Herron, the Houston tornado, had attended a groundbreaking ceremony for a new hospital that was going to include a Rishaud facility. Rishaud facilities are very special places in the world of Aberrant. It is the place where young Novas go to learn how to control their powers and to have their injuries and illnesses tended to by those who understand Nova, aka superhero, physiology best. But all of this is made possible by an organization called Project Utopia. Project Utopia is a philanthropic organization started in 1998, just days after the first Nova began appearing on the scene. And we begin on the scene of chaos breaking out at the groundbreaking. A bizarre freak accident has caused a crane to topple towards the crowd, which was caught by Rebound, our flying, super strong, somewhat resistant to harm energy absorber, while at the same time, an assassin in the crowd tried to take down a speaker, and Mjolnir intercepted the shooter, only to have them literally disappear in a puff of smoke, while Shroud went to try to apprehend the person who set off the crane collapse. People are panicking everywhere. Rebound is holding this massive crane aloft, keeping it from falling, but desperately needs someplace safe to put it down. Insight, you are in the van doing guy in the chair things. You are watching all of this unfold in growing horror. So, I put it to you guys. Where do we start? Who's got an idea of how to resolve this? Everybody talk at once.
Yeah, I'm thinking about where we left off. So the shooter disappeared, right?
The person who assassinated the mayor and the official spokesman from Project Utopia has vanished in a literal puff of smoke. Uh, the uh, the other person with a weapon fired the shot that accidentally, quotation marks, toppled the crane. He and his companions are enclosed in your shroud. Your teammate Aurora fired her quantum blast at the shooter, cut him down, but you alone can see that the people that he was here with were mowed down by it as well. We have a very sensitive situation on hand.
I put my finger to my ear because I'm gonna guess that we have a little earpiece to speak with Insight back in the van, and
Absolutely.
I am going to be like, Insight, we need eyes in the sky.
On it.
Want to be seen, and it's not me. Full spectrum. Thermal would be preferred. Find where that
I'm already on it.
went. And I am going to look at Aurora and be like, what do you suggest we do with your mess?
Aurora looks at you and she says, "What do you mean?"
Everybody in here.
Her face goes action. What?
You killed all of the protesters.
Her jaw falls open. Her eyes are saucers. And she turns away from you and pukes. I don't know. Insight, where's Spectre? Does anybody know where Spectre is? Spectre? Your theoretical trainer and team lead, Spectre, is a Nova with some experience. He's been part of Team Tomorrow for several years. But he has stepped into a leadership role for your team because he has a knack for guiding and directing chaotic situations and training young Novas. But in this moment, none of you see him anywhere, which admittedly isn't that big a shock. His power suite does, is built around invisibility and the ability to walk through walls. But when Aurora calls for him, he does answer over your headsets, and you all hear the answer. I want everybody to be cool. Stroud, keep your cloud of darkness up over the protesters. Aurora, I want you to get up there, help rebound, find a place to put the crane down. Mjolnir, what's the status on our shooter in the crowd?
Disappeared, boss. No idea where he's gone. what the fuck is happening?
Right? Insight. I heard Shroud call for a full spectrum scan of the area. Have you got anything yet?
Deploying the drones now.
I'm
I-
going to retroactively say that you probably already had at least a few drones in the air.
Yeah, but we didn't have the carrier up, so I'm calling in the carrier
Gotcha.
right now to go do a full sweep deployment. Going to be bringing them up on full spectrum thermal as requested, and start putting telling Aura to do visual to thermal, make sure we have visuals on all the body heat that we see. Trying to look for our hidden person.
Okay. Now the one. Okay, go ahead, Mike. Make for me, if you please, an engineering plus intelligence roll. Don't forget to add your extra die for mega intelligence. Roll it separately because a success on that die counts as 2 successes. Remember.
Got it. All right. So
That is a ridiculous number of dice, I'm sure. It should be either 9 or 10 based on what I know about your character sheet. There you go, 10. Okay. And then you've got one more, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes so far. 6, 7 total. All right. Good news, bad news. With 7 successes on that roll, you are able to quickly dispatch your drones and get a quick sweep of the area. You determine that there is one figure visible on the infrared spectrum that is not visible to the naked eye. The problem is he's wearing a transponder and an earpiece. That's Spectre. He is actually moving through the crowd towards Mjolnir's position. You
I have
do
all
not see...
eyes. I have eyes on all team members. Spectrum, I see you moving towards Mjolnir.
That is correct. Okay, well, no sign of our shooter in the crowd.
Negative. And I'm going to start doing visual recognition against any known weapons.
Okay.
I know that's going to give me a lot of hits, but I'm looking for anything that would be gun related.
Fair. Go ahead and repeat the roll then. Same roll. And let's see, based on successes, how long that's going to take, because this is a fairly large crowd. But, dear God, with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 successes again, you will have the results of that sweep in about 1 minute.
Okay.
So Aurora flies up into the air, grabs a hold of the other end of the crane with rebound, and the two of them begin hoisting it higher into the air, moving towards the nearest large body of water to try to find someplace large enough to set it down where it won't sit on someone or something. Local authorities begin arriving. There was a small security force present already that, hey, look, it's Rebound. Hey, buddy, what's going on?
My bad.
That's all right, pal. We just got started good. You and Aurora are currently flying the toppled crane away from the scene with all the crowd to get it someplace where you can set it down safely. And the others are looking for the shooter from the crowd.
Gotcha.
So, anything you wish to add to that, Jay, before we dive off the deep end with it?
No, that sounds good. Yeah, as long as he's
All
just
right.
transporting the crane away.
Yep. That seems like the best place to start. Let's see. I do need the current copy of your character sheet, please, Jay. If you can message that to me. All right.
All right, I'll send it to you right now.
Thank you, sir. Glad you made it in. All right. So, while we get Jay situated right quick, Shroud. I'm sorry. Uh,
Yes, sir.
Nox Kane. Here you are, the Justicar. And the name. That is just not going to roll off the tongue anytime soon. All right. What are you doing right this moment?
So I'm holding the darkness as I was ordered.
Okay.
That's really all I could do. Like, not that I think anybody's gonna run into it on purpose because they'll be instantly blinded. But trying to kind of make sure I'm standing at the edge of it, making sure nobody is going to stumble
Okay.
upon Aurora's little gift. But I am scanning and looking for you know what? I am going to look into the past, JD.
Really? Okay.
And I am going to try and see. I'm going to try to like watch the events, like from third person,
Okay.
and try and see like,
Sure.
did he poof there and reappear somewhere else and run down an alley or something like that, If it was like a short jump, or if he just went invisible. And so I'm going to use precognition to try and analyze the
Okay.
scene.
Well, then, by golly, let's go ahead and get that roll. So, fun fact for the folks at home, Nox Kane, Frankie's character, has a superpower called precognition that allows him to see the past or the future. And he is about to blow his own mind. Good heavens, look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 successes. Dear Lord, man. All right. So, with 10 successes, that buys you a whole bunch of knowledge. Hey, so specifically, 6 successes buys you 10 years of history that you can see for each dot in the power that you possess. At the moment, you've only got one, but that's okay. I mean, that is completely okay. You're looking for events that have transpired in this location within the past day, maybe 2 tops. Anything further away than that would probably be irrelevant to your purposes.
Correct.
So what you find, essentially rewinding. Are you looking at this from a bird's eye view or from the perspective of a position in the crowd? Or, I mean, where do you want to see from? Kind of got to pick your spot.
I see it as like it's my perspective from like where I'm standing when I
Okay.
use the power. So like like everybody first they slow down and then stop and then everything starts to move in reverse. But I stay planted at where I'm standing. If I wanted to walk around it, I could in my head. Like that's how I see that working.
Yeah.
Kind of
Okay.
hollow deck, you know?
Okay. So, with 10 successes, begin where you are right now. You are standing at the edge of your shroud, basically standing in the street, preventing passersby from entering your shroud of darkness that is currently concealing 6 bodies. Beginning from this position, what you see, the gunman that was with the Church of Michael Archangel protesters, with their God hates Novas signs and uh, superpowers are gifts from the devil, uh, you watch as the gunman gets out of the van with the other protesters. He alone is armed, and you watch as they disembark and begin pulling out their signs and setting up to, chant their slogans and be largely ignored by everybody but a few members of the public who just insist on trying to, be obnoxious in return. But you watch as this man analyzes the scene very carefully. The protesters have arrived on scene several hours before the groundbreaking ceremony that you had been here to attend. And you watch as he watches carefully, and you realize very quickly that one of the key things that he is watching is the construction site, including the base of the crane. And he watches and waits as a truck arrives, a delivery truck, and it appears to be carrying tanks of some kind of pressurized gas. You recognize them quickly as the tanks that were spaced around the base of the tower, stacked up. And with your 10 successes, you notice something outstanding in that vision. The truck driver offloads the cargo himself, places it at the base of the crane, along with a crate, a fairly large crate that is not marked in any way. There's no label on it at all. As he completes the job, he turns and faces the protesters, and he nods before getting back in his truck and driving away.
Can I get the license plate of that truck? Make and model?
You absolutely can. Uh, the
You don't have to
license
make
plate
one
of
off, but
yeah, I'm not going to bother making one up for you, but you get the license plate. You are easily able to do so. More importantly, you get a good close look at the driver. You see him, you would know him in a crowd. You could pick him out of a lineup. Now, that being said, you continue to watch the scene play out. We're going to come back to you in just a moment. Insight. Michael.
Yep.
Okay. You have dispersed your drones. They are searching for any sign of weapons in the area, and they are fanning out to conduct a broader search. You had made a successful roll to do so. You had 7 successes, I believe it was again.
Mhm.
Yep, there it is. And with those 7 successes, you are able to quickly find that other than the handful of security and police officers who are arriving on scene, there does not appear to be anyone in the crowd that is armed. What you
Okay.
do find in an alley 2 blocks away, you find a visual of a man taking a jacket off and dropping it in a dumpster.
Okay. Make sure that that footage is highlighted and saved. I'll put a drone over the top of it and start a strobe on it.
Okay.
Um,
You're starting a
also,
visual
thing
strobe?
top side strobe, not a bottom side strobe, a top side strobe.
Okay. All
Um,
right.
and then in addition to, I'm going to make sure we got medical and first responders moving on the location.
Oh yeah, that's in progress.
That's already in progress. I'm monitoring that as well. Relay to the team. I've got a possible suspect. Look for the flashing strobe top side. You may want to look at. May want to fly over the rebound.
Rebound is currently carrying a crane, sir.
Well, drop a crane on him then. No.
In the immortal words of Dr.
No.
Jungle, that would be irresponsible.
Yeah. So, um, I'll keep footage on it, but we've got a location we need to check out.
Okay. Got the location to check out. Are you going to keep the drone on the guy as he moves away from the spot where he dropped the jacket?
I'll
Or
go ahead and dispatch a second drone from the carrier, one of the reserve drones.
okay.
To keep. Matter of fact, I'll go ahead and dispatch 3 reserve drones to keep on him for redundancy.
Okay. So with that in mind, you pass all of this information along. Mjolnir, you receive this word alongside Spectre. He looks at you and he says, "Go, man. I'll tidy up here."
All right, I'll chase after the guy.
Okay. Um. Now let me ask you this, Cook.
Yeah,
Mjolnir is 7 foot 7 inches tall
correct.
and weighs, you said, what, 500 pounds or thereabouts?
If yeah, give or take.
You are in a crowd, which, granted, you are being given a fairly wide berth because of your size and the nature of the events that have just transpired.
Correct.
How are you going to get clear of this mob of people without trampling somebody? Got any big plans? Or are you just going to yell at them, Andre the Giant, Fezzik the Giant style? Everybody move!
Everybody move!
It is exactly that. If you do not back up, you will be underfoot. Please, everyone, back up.
And thus we managed to work the Princess Bride into literally anything that we do on this channel.
Anything and
Absolutely. Greatest movie of all time.
All right. And nobody pays us to say that. We just believe it with all our hearts.
That's a fact.
All right. So you turn and begin running for all your worth in the direction Insight has specified. All right. Jay, coming back around to rebound. You and Aurora are moving the crane With your flight speed as it is, she is faster than you, but not quite as strong. She is able to help take some of the weight from you and to help you steer around corners and things. Lifting a 300-foot crane high enough into the air to clear all traffic around you is a little bit of a challenge, even if you are strong enough to do it. But the journey out to the nearest body of water, there is, as we can see here, the Lake Houston to the north is a good little ways out. But
I thought we were putting in a
Galveston.
football stadium last time.
Oh, was it going to the football stadium? Yeah, okay, that's right. Because
Yeah.
there is a high school stadium not too. No, you were going to uh, what is it?
That place in that town.
The Astrodome. There it is. Sorry, the word just completely disappeared from me. So yeah, you were carrying it over to the Astrodome to find the nearest place that was big enough to lay it down. Fortunately, the dome
Probably
is
parking lot.
open. Huh?
I said probably the parking lot if there's no events going on.
Yeah, that's a fair statement. You are able to get over there with the crane and lower it down. You get the foot of the crane on the ground, and then you and Aurora very carefully taking the top arm of the crane begin laying it over. I need you to please make a strength plus athletics roll. Excuse me, not strength athletics, strength plus might. Sorry, wrong game system.
Okay. 2, 4,
Your strength plus
6.
might will be improved by your automatic successes from epic strength. Mega strength. Sorry, again, wrong game system. Okay, there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 successes. Okay. That is a solid place to start. Or as help, you are able to lay this thing down. One of the amazing things about a Nova's powers is that because of the source, if you will, of a Nova's powers, they are able to lift things that would normally be impossible to do. You can't grab 2 points within 6 feet of each other on the bow of a super tanker and pick the whole thing up without it falling apart under its own weight. At least you shouldn't be able to. For a Nova with mega strength, you can. The source of a Nova's powers, electromagnetism, gravity, and the strong and weak nuclear forces, work to reinforce the atomic bonds that form the object you're holding. And that's what keeps it together while you lift it, or in this case, set it down gingerly. You get the crane onto the ground just in time to hear Insight call out the news that he has identified a possible suspect.
All right.
What do
After he
you do?
puts it down, he looks at Aurora and says, "Well, that's us."
All right.
He starts to head back.
Okay, so you head back towards the prospective bad guy as fast as your little, well, not exactly wings, but the idea remains. As fast as you can go. Aurora takes off ahead of you. She is much faster. Frankie, let's come back to you.
Yes, sir.
You have successfully begun probing the past, trying to seek out the hidden meanings and hidden events in the back of what all is going on here. The next thing that you spot, the next detail, as you examine the scene very carefully from a hindsight is 2020 kind of perspective, you see the crowd beginning to trickle in. It is an outdoor event. It is attended and supervised by security personnel, and including Houston PD. But there is no specific security screening going on. You see the governor arrive with his little motorcade and his security detail. You know, he shakes hands with the mayor and a few people from the mayor's office. You watch as the Project Utopia spokesperson, who was assassinated, shakes hands with both men. It bears pointing out that the spokesperson is not who you thought he was. As I pointed out in our session 0, basically, the official spokesperson for this event was a identified at least as a Nova named Castus Pax. He is the leader of Team Tomorrow. He is at this point a global celebrity. He is an incredibly important person within Project Utopia, Team Tomorrow, and the associated superhero teams that operate under those banners. Castus Pax is known to be basically invulnerable. He is capable of hypersonic flight, and he is incredibly strong. And yet, an assassin's bullet, right between the eyes, laid him low, only to discover that it was not in fact the man himself, but instead a shapeshifter who had been done up to look like him. You figured that out when the man was shot, collapsed to the stage, and returned to his ordinary form. But you watch as this impersonator, this body double for Castus Pax, is shaking the governor and the mayor's hands. You watch as the crowd begins to fill in front of the stage. And you zero in on a tall man in a, call it a pale blue windbreaker, hangs down low, covering down well below his belt. You watch as the scene unfolds. The insanity unfolds behind you. The crane is, the scene is unfolding with you, Aurora, and the protester with the rifle. The crane is hit and the explosion goes off. And this man in the windbreaker calmly draws a handgun as he steps up close to the stage, fires 2 shots, killing the mayor and this spokesperson for Project Utopia instantly. He then begins to withdraw into the crowd after trying a 3rd shot at the governor and missing. As Mjolnir trundles into the crowd, looking like death on a train. And just as Mjolnir gets within arm's length, as this man unloads his handgun into the giant Nova, realizing that his bullets are having no effect, he vanishes. There is a literal puff of smoke, and he is gone. You watch the crowd closely. You watch the movement of the people around him. You watch Mjolnir as he steps forward into the space that this man vacated. Nothing that you can see here indicates that he left by any conventional means. He either turned invisible and lifted into the sky, or he teleported away. Based on Insight's chatter in your ear, you are inclined to believe that he teleported. What you don't see at any point, because at this point, having identified the shooter, you then begin following him backwards. You follow him as you watch him as he arrives. As he drives here, he arrives in a car. You take note of the license plate number. You watch him drive here. At no point does he appear to have any contact with the protesters. You do not know who this man is. But, according to Insight, he may be a couple blocks away on foot.
And I
What are you
snap
going to
out
do?
of it. And I come to and I touch my ear again and I tell Insight that I need him to get into the DMV database. We got a Ford 350 with this license plate, and then whatever his car was with this license plate.
Okay. So,
I don't even acknowledge I start running the traces.
sure, of course. Go ahead and let's change it up for you just a little tiny bit, Michael. Go ahead and roll wits plus engineering for us for a hacking attempt.
Wits plus engineering. You mean wits plus computer or engineering?
Are they not the same thing on this character sheet?
They have the same numbers, yeah. Yeah, it's still 10 dice.
Oh, there it is. Computer and engineering are separated. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Lucky number, sir. Lucky number indeed. All right.
Well, I've hit the
What
jackpot.
you
That's all my good rolls for the night.
right? That's what 3 sevens in a row.
Correct.
Oh boy, you have had it now.
Yep.
You are quickly able to ascertain that the truck that delivered the gas canisters belongs to a local welding supply company. And with a quick search, you are able to equally quickly ascertain that the owner of this welding supply company has been, we'll call it tentatively identified as having sympathies with the Church of Michael Archangel. He is not necessarily directly linked to anything that they've done, but you do find indications that his brother is an active member of the church, and that might be enough to get him here in a aiding and abetting kind of way. The other license plate stymies you a little bit. The vehicle that Knox was able to tell you about that the second license plate came on is a white Nissan Sentra. Very generic little sedan. The problem is the license plate itself is registered to a blue Ford pickup truck, indicating that the license plate on the vehicle is stolen. So getting down through that may be a little more difficult. However, I will say this. Knowing what you do about Knox's abilities, it may behoove you, because you hadn't said that you were doing so, to go ahead and send him a picture message, including a screenshot of the suspect's face,
Hmm.
so that he can verify that yes, this is the person that you need to be looking for.
Okay.
He may
I
have
go
he may
ahead.
have not.
I go ahead and highlight it and shoot it to his comm. Um, I'm going to go ahead and report the blue Ford pickup plate as stolen,
Okay.
and then go ahead and text him the welding supply company, the owner, and flag it as sympathizer for church.
Okay. All right, Mjolnir.
And that
John.
info will go to everybody's comm.
Okay. Your communicator device from Insight buzzes. You check it quickly and realize that you have been gifted a picture of what Insight believes is the perpetrator of this attack. But what I need from you at the moment is a dexterity plus athletics roll. I know that's your really good one.
Oh yeah,
Um,
buddy.
uh,
So
you are
5.
trying to get through this large crowd of extremely nervous and not quite panicky people to give chase on foot without
So
causing any undue injury.
I rolled 2 for
Let's see here.
dexterity and 3 for athletics for a total of 5.
That is correct, sir. You are mighty strong and incredibly difficult to hurt. You are not super quick.
1.
One success. Getting free of the crowd is proving to be difficult. However, if I might suggest an alternative, perhaps trying to jump clear might work for you. You see, my dear sir, let's see. Oh dear. Each success on a strength plus might roll launches your character half a meter vertically or 2 meters horizontally. Um, so you have a mega strength of 2, which gives you 10 successes automatically, plus 8 dice to roll. You've got the opportunity there to, gosh, you could easily cover 10 meters at a 10 meters at a bound, and that might get you clear of the crowd a little easier. Um, you
All right.
know, aiming for clear spots or high points might be the best bet, because right now what you're doing is not working real well. You for all of your imposing size, the crowd is apparently
Too
too
thick.
shaken up and too dense for you to move through freely.
What is in my immediate area to leap on, or am I just leaping towards the street to clear the crowd?
Um, let's see. A 10-meter leap would get you to the street.
Okay. So I'm rolling 8
Uh,
plus I have 10 successes.
correct.
How do I? Is there a input command?
On roll 20, you're looking for the slash there.
Yep.
Like so. Slash R, and then the number D and the die type. So
Oh, so
8D10. Yeah.
go R 8 D.
Just like that.
Do I? There we go. I am not technologically savvy. I am in character,
That's
y'all.
all right. The other way you can
Okay.
do it is just bring up the
There you
dice
go.
roller and do 2 5s.
So I got one,
Okay.
2, 3, 4,
So
5 successes.
you've got 5 successes there. Your target number is always a 7, but your 10 counts as 2 successes.
Okay.
So you've got 5 successes on the dice plus 10 successes for Mega Strength. So that is 8 meters in round figures. So you are able to get to the street with a single leaping bound above the heads of panicky onlookers. The person closest to you as you come down literally dives for cover to get out of your way. You hit the ground, all superhero landing style. Your fist makes a small divot in the sidewalk. You leap to your feet and begin running in the direction that Insight has directed you.
Over my shoulder, I'm going to
Overhead,
scream at the crowd before I get out of earshot. Everyone needs to stay here, wait for police, no one move, everyone wait.
ooh, okay, let's see how that goes. Hmm. You know what, Cook? Please roll your charisma plus command. Let's see how much respect you can garner from these people after they've just seen what you just did.
That would only be
Um,
3. I'm not good at this. I can I
you know,
argue that I am
I'm going.
7 feet
I'm going
tall
to
and
allow
covered in
you.
blood.
I'm going to allow you to take 2 stunt dice to add to your die roll. So stunting is a thing in the Aberrant system. Depending on what you're doing, how you're doing it, and frankly, how cool what you've just done is, you may gain a bonus. And with 2 successes on the roll, are you short any willpower at this time, sir?
Am I short any? I still
Have you
have.
spent? Did you spend willpower in your last session?
I do not believe so. I should have 5.
Okay, very good. In that case, you have 2 successes, and the people closest to you kind of nod along and they react, in a compliant sort of fashion. They kind of scooch away from you, but they don't look to be moving away from the scene as you turn and run down the street.
Okay.
Insight and Mjolnir, both of you notice in your own special little ways that Rebound is on his way back. You see him hurtling overhead at the amazing blazing speed of about 30 miles an hour. Which doesn't sound like much, but he doesn't have to deal with terrain, traffic, or obstacles as he travels in a straight line. Rebound, you are
Yep.
hustling for all you're worth towards the scene of the where Insight has identified the shooter. Aurora has streaked ahead of you, trailing motes of golden light behind her. She disappears behind a building, around the corner, and down into that alleyway. From your vantage point, up in the air, moving fast and headed that direction, you see a flash of light and then nothing. The scene seems to go quiet.
Anybody got eyes on the perk?
Not yet. Or are you asking that in character? I'm sorry.
In character, yeah.
Do I still have camera footage of the perpetrator?
You have camera footage. But before we cut over to you and what you can see with your bird's eye view, we're going to cut back over to Frankie for just a moment. Kane. Sir,
Yes.
Insight has sent you a picture of the person in the alley. You are 100% certain that this is the shooter from the crowd. You are
That's
running
the
that way?
asshole. Uh,
That is
I can't
definitely the asshole.
abandon this cloud unless I
Oh,
stop
that's right. If
caring
we pass
about
beyond
these
range, it
bodies.
disappeared.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
That's
the
a little
asshole.
awkward.
Go get him.
Okay. So everyone hears Knox confirm that yes, this is the person. Mjolnir, you looked at your phone as well as you were, clearing the crowd, and yes, this is the person that you faced down. You know his face very well, since he just emptied a clip into you to no effect. So yes, absolutely, this is the person. Insight from your position
Yep.
in the van, monitoring the cameras on your various drones and devices, you watch as Aurora swoops into the alleyway, arriving at breakneck speed. The gunman calmly, sedately looks up at her. He draws her hands together and charges up to fire her patented laser blast. Gunman raises his weapon. She discharges her blast. You see the puff of smoke from the barrel of his gun. Her blast strikes the pavement immediately to his left. His bullet strikes her square in the chest. You watch in horror as he teleports away again, and she plummets to the pavement. You have no idea what her condition is. The monitoring devices that you have built into your communication system does include a readout of her vitals, but apparently the sensor has jarred loose. Her earpiece has been knocked free by the fall, perhaps, because right now you are getting a flat line from her.
Okay. Aurora down. Aurora down. I repeat, Aurora down. Suspect has teleported again. And I'm going to use that. I'm going to extrapolate from the first time he jumped to where he arrived in the alley and use that as his measure of distance, double it, and that's the perimeter from that location I'm looking for. And start another
Okay,
sweep.
very good. It will take you a minute to get that moving and get that done.
Yep.
But with that in mind, and with that pronouncement that Aurora is down, Knox, you receive orders via the communications from Spectre. Forget the bodies. Aurora's down. Go. We have to find this guy. I'll take care of the mess here. You go.
Roger that. Yeah, I'll start taking off.
Okay.
On foot, much slower.
Well, I mean, you're not a speedster. Mjolnir's not either. You can still see him just now turning the corner into the alley, a couple blocks down. he does cut an imposing figure, what with the whole 7.5 feet tall, 500 pounds, but you know, he is easy to pick out in the crowd. But at least it makes it easy for you to know where to turn. Behind you, do you allow your shroud to collapse immediately, or do you hold it until you are out of range?
I hold it until I'm out of range.
Okay. You move as quickly as possible. Over the comms, you hear Spectre say, "Go ahead and drop your shroud if you need to. I've got this."
Yep.
You drop it,
Yep, I do.
and behind you, you see a ripple in the air and an empty sidewalk.
Hmm. Got his
Spectre
own little
appears,
closing.
standing basically where the bodies should be. He is standing beside the body of the shooter, but that is the only body that you can see. You're not sure what he's done or how he's done it, but obviously your team captain has a couple of extra little tricks up his sleeve. All right, Rebound, you are the first to arrive in the alleyway. You turn the corner, and rather than try to glide into a landing, you simply turn your power of flight off. Because you can fall from this height faster than you could get there under power. And you can take the hit. You strike the ground and leave a small crater from the force of your impact. You are immediately beside Aurora's still form on the ground.
As I am not very medically trained, my first instinct is he's gonna start picking her up and prepare to start taking her to I guess either back to try to get her back to base or back to somewhere where she can get like medical attention.
Okay. So make a perception plus awareness roll for me.
All right, 2, 4, 7. Okay.
One, two, three, 4 successes. Okay. So you begin to turn her over and quickly, and just a quick and dirty examination, and you realize that there's no blood, but both of her arms and one of her legs are bent at extremely unusual angles. She has a series of scrapes and bruises on her face, but based on the lack of blood, you think the U-fiber suit that she was provided by Team Tomorrow may have saved her life from the bullet wound. Aurora has impressive
As
powers
he
of light control and flight. She is not super durable.
he'll start to pick her up. It's like I got you, and he's gonna try to
You
talk
go
over
to pick
comms. Oh,
you go to pick her up, and she screams. She comes awake as you touch her and move her and screams bloody murder. Mjolnir, you round the corner and find Rebound crouching over Aurora, trying to pick her up. You also do not have anything in medicine. Insight. You do have a
Yes.
dot of medicine.
Yes, I do.
You plainly hear Aurora's scream of pain as Rebound tries to pick her up. Feel free to attempt to direct the scene before it gets any further before anything further unfortunate happens.
Rebound, do not move her. She has broken limbs. You're going to make compound fractures.
Right.
I repeat, do not move her. She has broken limbs. You're going to create compound fractures. You're going to poke the bone through the skin and make it worse. Do not move her. I'm rolling
What do you?
text right now. Don't move. Make sure she can breathe. That's the biggest thing you can do.
Mjolnir, you arrive
If
on
she's
the
screaming,
scene.
she can breathe.
Yeah, you got that stuff right. Look, you arrive on the scene beside Rebound. Aurora is weeping, sobbing, enormous, ragged breaths. Oh, it hurts. It hurts. You do not see the suspect anywhere. Cook, make a perception plus awareness roll for me.
All right. Perception 3, 6.
One success. You know what? One success is enough for the basics. What you very quickly notice when you arrive here beside Aurora and Rebound is a faint odor in the air. You noticed it before when the guy disappeared from under your fists.
What's the smell?
Oddly enough, it smells like burning bacon. It's a very distinctive odor. But you are here for insights, instructions not to move her. Knox, you come running around the corner a moment later. The three of you are in the alley together with insight on comms. What are we doing, guys? We are here. You have an injured teammate. Let's start at the top. Frankie, as you arrive, you are, let's see, how out of shape are you? You have, well, stamina 4, and all Novas start with 3 dots of endurance. Why don't you go ahead and make a stamina plus endurance roll for me, and let's see how wore out you are. Oh, you have a dot of mega stamina as well. So
that is 4, 8 die.
do not roll the mega stamina with the rest. It has to be rolled separately, remember.
Okay, so that's 7 die.
Correctus. 1. Good lord. Go ahead and roll that mega stamina. 1. You know what? Your Nova physiology is, something to be proud of, certainly. You can keep going for a while, but man, you really got to cut down on the Twinkies and the cigarettes.
Yeah, definitely the cigarettes.
I mean, I know it's a mood for your character, but boy, yeah, you are huffing and puffing.
Next time,
and
let me jump on your back.
It might kill your storyteller with jokes like that. Wow.
Where
Okay.
did he go?
All right.
Did you have drones following him?
I got to wait till he gets back to me because there's some stuff that needs to happen before I can respond to that.
That's the thing. He has only disappeared moments ago. You have not gotten the drones realigned for the higher search.
Okay.
So if you want to go ahead and answer him,
he teleported from that location, checked the trash bin for his jacket where he dropped it. I've got EMTs responding to help Aurora with her multiple multiple fractures. I'm reassigning the drones so that they can go out. He takes a breath, so that they can go out and widen the search based off his last jump.
And there's
There was
your
a
answer.
slight glitch in the system there for a second.
Glitch in the system, sure.
Are
Somebody
we
got
free
excited.
ball? Are we going based off alignment for who's doing what on their turn?
Hey man, if you want to go next, go next. What's on your mind?
Okay. With that, he can't really help in this situation. They got people coming. Also, I'm faster than the rest of you. Rebound is gonna kind of pop up and say, "Hey, I'm gonna start the search. You all are on Aurora duty," and he'll just zip.
All right. So you go
I hate to
to
break it to you, 30 miles an hour is not a zip. It's more like a zoom.
well, still faster than the rest of y'all.
Oh, everybody's faster than me.
Well, that's your choice.
Yep.
So he's gonna be trying to get like a bird's eye view.
Okay. So you're going to try to get up in the air and get some height and see if you can see anything. All right.
Yeah.
So that's you. Frankie's catching his breath. Insight's working on his drones. Mjolnir, are you going to do anything?
I would like to head at least out of the alleyway. I figure we got
Okay.
about 2, maybe 3 minutes before cameras start showing up. We need to make sure the EMTs get here before the cameras see a super down. They see dead bodies. They start asking questions. They've already seen 2 dead bodies at this point, and a shooter disappear. There's a lot of questions that are going to need to be answered, and I'm not the guy to answer them.
That is a fair statement, sir. All right. So you are going to get to the mouth of the alley and watch for the paramedics to arrive?
Yeah, I've got to make sure the paramedics get here. If I start seeing cameramen or anything, I'm going to try to scare them off.
Okay. Well, the good news is, in the Nova Age, the most die-hard ambulance chasers typically avoid Nova battles. They tend to be hazardous to your health, as the protesters discovered. Um, the ambulance is going to probably make it here before the cameras do. But we will see about what we see about. All right. So you're watching for the ambulance. Frankie, why don't you go ahead? Let's see. You have investigation. Go ahead and make a perception investigation roll for me, sir.
Okay, that'll be 7 die again. And 2 mega.
Hold that thought. You have 8 dice for perception investigation, based on what I'm seeing here,
Oh, yep, you're right.
and then 2 megas. One, two, three, plus 2 is 2 more successes off the 8. So you have 5 successes. You quickly follow Insight's direction over to the dumpster, where you find a light blue windbreaker laying in the top of the trash bin.
Anything in the pockets? Is it just the windbreaker?
You find a car key. It is stamped with a Nissan logo. It may very well be the key to the white Nissan Sentra that you saw the man arrive in.
Hmm. Well, I will pass that information on, but unless your drone can run fingerprints, I don't know, or
Yeah.
scrape DNA out of this windbreaker, what good it's got us other than
All right.
we're on a wild goose chase, and it's starting to piss me off.
All right. Insight. Go ahead, make an intelligence plus computer roll for me. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Only 3
3.
successes. All right. With 3 successes, you successfully scatter your net of drones out across the, well, essentially a 8-block radius. And perhaps because they are spread so wide, you are unable to find a trace of your teleporting gunman.
Okay.
Um,
I'm going to start
what?
tightening the radius.
Okay, tighten in again.
Basically, scan from that's my starting point, and then I'm going to scan inward from there.
Okay.
In in addition, I'm also looking through. I have an aura look through the footage to see if we saw any white Nissans in the 4-block vicinity of the shooting. I'm going to make sure that I'm directing the EMTs where they need to be going.
Okay. Go ahead and mark off a quantum point for your multitasking
Absolutely.
enhancement. You've got a
I
whole
was
lot going on there, it seems like.
Yep, I was going to recommend that.
All right. So, a few moments later, Mjolnir, you are able to quickly flag down an ambulance as it is headed this direction. The driver turns down the alley and follows you to the scene where you and Nox are gathered beside Aurora's definitely injured body. Nox, I'm going to give you a job that you are remarkably unsuited for.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I'm going to give you a question, and you decide if you want to accept the job. You are, based on events last in session 0, you are more than a little put out with Aurora to start with. Are you going to try to comfort her in any way while she is laying here dealing with her injury?
It's not a trick question.
I know. I'm thinking, and I don't think that that's a good job for Knox at all. Like
Well, I mean,
he would offer to
is,
make her unconscious.
she is a teammate. You know, I mean, do you have any feeling of empathy or any kind of closeness to her?
I don't know if you remember this, but this bitch asked me why I was even on the team on the van ride over. I think part of
I know, right?
enjoying it.
You know, just checking. I'm trying to get her
Yeah,
trying to
I'm
get a
I'm
read on
actually
what
gonna
her
call the
herself
vengeful
temperature.
flaw into play here.
Listen,
Oh,
Oh, damn.
be hope pilled, okay? You gotta be better, all right?
okay. So I guess that really comes down to it then, Frankie. What are you going to do now that you have her at your mercy?
I'm gonna kneel down and be like, well, by my count, you murdered 15 civilians, got just about every bone broken in your limbs, and I just can't help but wonder, why the fuck are you even here?
Wow.
Wow. Okay. Her eyes blaze with anger. I mean, like visibly
Yeah.
blaze. She says, "And you better be glad I can't stand up right now, or I'd kick your ass."
You'd probably find a way to mess that up too. And I'm gonna stand and turn my back to her and start looking for what else to do.
Okay. All right. The paramedics arrive and take custody of Aurora.
Uh, the
Huh?
question is Aurora going to power stunt and do a Cyclops on his ass?
You know, she does not in that moment, although it's obvious that it's on her mind. Perhaps the only thing that prevents it is the fact that there is an ordinary human ambulance crew unloading to attempt to see to her injuries.
Okay.
Probably staves off violence there, but I imagine when she's back on her feet, there might be some. Ahem. So the word comes back from Spectre. Right. I want everybody that is ambulatory back at the van. Uh, Insight continues searching for the suspect. We need to regroup. We need to figure out what the fuck is going on. We need to figure out who the fuck this guy is. And we need to figure out how to get these protesters off the street before somebody trips over them. I need a hand here, and I need it quick.
What do you need a hand with?
As you pointed out so generously, which by the way, has anybody um as you pointed out so generously, Aurora did us a favor and accidentally murdered a bunch of protesters, and we kind of need to get those bodies cleaned up and off the street before they get found, or at least before they get photographed.
I'm sorry, what happened?
Oh, you don't remember?
Don't worry about it, kid. Just get over here.
He
Yeah.
wasn't here. He wasn't there.
Oh yeah, you were catching a crane when she was killing
Yeah.
20 innocent people.
Only 5.
Okay. I thought you said
I
it
mean,
was a much bigger crowd than that, but okay, 5.
oh no. The
Now we gotta
crowd
expose
the
corpses.
crowd for the groundbreaking ceremony was quite large. There were only 6 protesters. One guy with an AR and 5 others carrying signs. But
Okay. Start making our way back, but I'm not in a hurry to clean, so I'm not running back. I'm
no.
walking.
And Rebound, we've got every security camera in the city plus Insight's drones all over the place. Come on back with the rest, and let's try to get some stuff done here before this gets any further out of hand. Okay, you're not doing any good up there. I would like all of you to please make wits plus rapport rolls. For those familiar with the storyteller system in its various incarnations, for Aberrant, rapport takes the place of empathy. A wits plus rapport roll is basically how you tell, kind of get an idea for how somebody is, well, what somebody's headspace is like. Wow. Um,
3 successes.
Okay, so 3 successes for you. 2
6.
successes for. Geez, 2,
None from
3,
me.
4, 5, 6. Yeah, and nothing for Mjolnir. Okay, so everybody but Mjolnir gets the very distinct impression that Spectre is incredibly worried about something. But from his words alone, you can tell that it's not really what you think it is. Or at least it's not what you think it should be. Insight, with 6 successes on this roll, you are absolutely certain that the thing motivating Spectre at the moment, rather than the safety of civilians, apprehending the teleporting gunman, the only thing on his mind at the moment appears to be protecting Project Utopia and Team Tomorrow's reputation.
Okay.
He is not concerned about the gunman at this point.
Right.
But you, Insight, have your own van.
I do.
Carries yourself and your equipment when you are in a mobile setting. The
Correct.
rest of the group arrived in a van of their own. And it is into this van that Spectre directs you to pile. And then he tells you something that makes you all incredibly uncomfortable. I want you guys to pull the van over here. Park next to where I'm standing. And be prepared to get a little bit messy.
Are you serious?
Are
you
we
serious?
about to hide bodies? Is that what we're about to do?
Rather, you didn't talk about it on an open channel.
Because
Even if
I
this is
think I draw the
somebody can
fucking
crack it.
line. Hiding bodies.
Look, man. Did you read the contract that you signed? First and foremost, our job is to protect the project and the team. And that does include protecting them from the ramifications of their own stupidity. We gotta clean this up, and we've gotta do it quick. There is a lot more going on than what you see on the street. These fuckers are terrorists. They hunt our kind down and murder us anytime they get the chance and have the numbers. The loss of these 5 fanatics doesn't hurt anybody. But if the press gets a hold of it, it could hurt us really bad. Now, are you going to lend a hand? Or am I going to send you back to the office where the quality assurance folks will be along to discuss the terms of your contract?
I'm just going to make a mental note of this, but when the van pulls over, I will take part in helping, but I ain't exactly happy about it.
Your objection is noted. and I understand where you're coming from. 5 years ago, when I came to work for the project, I was exactly where you are right this second. A lot of water's gone under that bridge since then. Keep up. All right. So when the van pulls up beside him, says, "Who's in the driver's seat? Who's driving the van?"
You guys don't want me driving, trust me.
I think I have a 2 in drive. Hold on.
It's,
No, I only have 1 dot in drive.
I don't care. It's still more than I got, but picturing Mjolnir driving the van.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think I can drive the van.
Okay. Mjolnir can drive the van. Mjolnir and Insight are the only members of the party with dots in drive. That is kind of hilarious.
From New York. You don't drive in New York.
Technically speaking, Mjolnir does not drive the van. He wears the van and carries it around Fred Flintstone style.
Yeah, I assume so.
For the cleanup, Rebound is kind of the last person there. He just kind of stands there a little bit. He kind of just stands there, kind of in deep contemplation. He is very uncomfortable situation.
Yeah.
But eventually he does come in and start helping.
They can't see us right now. They can't see us right now, but we've got to get this done. Come on. I can hold the illusion, but I can't hold it and do anything else. Come on, guys, pitch in.
He'll come in, but he is shockingly quiet the entire time.
Let's just.
We work for
yeah,
Vought.
I'm doing this, but I'm.
All
right, Inspector. I'm
sorry,
eyeing Spectre down the time.
Yeah, Spectre.
Work for Vought.
Spectre is standing here. He is standing in the street beside the body of the shooter. His fists are clenched, and there is sweat trickling down his brow. As you exit the van, you realize that the shimmer that Knox noticed over the bodies has been extended, and it now covers essentially everything from the midline of the van in a bubble around the van so that you can load the bodies into the back without anybody outside the bubble seeing anything other than the van parked next to Spectre and what appears to be an empty sidewalk behind him. The three of you quickly gather up the pieces of the protesters. There is shockingly little blood. Evidently, Aurora's photon blast, or laser blast, or whatever she calls it this week, is incredibly hot. The wounds were cauterized in the instant that they were made. But this moral dilemma of cleaning up what is essentially a crime scene, or more like the scene of an accidental massacre, sits poorly with all three of you. Insight, you've been remarkably quiet. You have heard the discussion taking place. How do you feel about this?
He is in a headspace right now where he doesn't feel. He
Okay.
is processing as fast as possible.
Okay.
He will have to
Um,
unpack all that in a little bit.
all right. You have sent me a note about what you intend to be working on while the guys are on cleanup detail. I would
Correct.
like
Do you want me
you
to
to,
read it out to the rest of the guys?
by all means.
Okay. So the first thing I'm doing is, as I'm tightening the search, I'm looking for a white Nissan Sentra, which I'm sure I'll find plenty of. But then I'll check the tag to see if it's got the tag of the blue Ford. Secondly, I'm running a facial recognition program on the face of the shooter, see if I get any hits. Thirdly, I'm running a search against my database against all known Novas with the same power set as the shooter, cross reference against pictures of the shooter. Fourthly, I am doing a search for all known Nova terrorists. While all that's running in the background, I'm going back and reviewing all the footage of the shooter from the time I first time stamp I've got him on camera to see if we missed any details.
Okay.
And yes,
So what
I'm
I
burning another point of quantum.
Oh yeah. What I need from you, Michael, is an intelligence plus. We're going to go ahead and just call it a computer roll.
Okay. Come on, computer, play nice. All right, fine. I'll type it in again.
And Frankie, you're on deck. If you want to go ahead and make a perception plus investigation roll in a moment, that would be great. So there's 4 successes for Mike on the computer roll. Okay. Finding the white Nissan Sentra with a license plate belonging to a blue Ford pickup is easy. It is in fact parked exactly where Knox thought it would be. Running facial recognition on the shooter is, well, unproductive.
Okay.
The search of your database, though, does turn up something. There is a self-proclaimed Nova rights activist that pops out to your mind before you even plug in the description into the database. He is known to employ acts of violence, but his Nova powers do not lend themselves to it. He is a teleporter and a known associate of an outspoken member of the, well, they're either a terrorist organization or a Nova rights advocacy group, depending on who you talk to, called the Terrigen. The guy in question, if he is who you think he is, his name is Angus McPhee. And for the last 4 years, he has been on Interpol's wanted list for the Nova Power assisted assassination of a variety of government and Project Utopia officials. His MO is to teleport away from the scene of a crime, where he confronts someone, preferably with a verbal confrontation, executes them with a gun, and then teleports away, rather than face the consequences.
Okay.
If this ain't him, you're pretty sure it probably is supposed to look like it was him.
Okay. I've got more things to do, but that would be unfair for me to eat up that time, so I'll come back to it
Okay.
and start typing.
So, Frankie, I asked
Yes.
you to roll intelligence plus, or excuse me, perception plus investigation You have got a total there of 4 successes on your roll as well. As you follow Spectre's instructions, albeit grudgingly, you have the opportunity to tamper with the scene intentionally. He is not assisting you in this cleanup effort. He is straining for all he is worth to hide what you are doing from onlookers. With 4 successes on the investigation roll, you know full well what kind of things would stand out to a crime scene technician or a police detective looking over this scene. Is there anything that you would like to do to throw a wrench in Spectre's plans?
Um, well, we've been told to clean it up. Is there any way that I can, with the burner phone in my pocket, snap a few pictures here of the scene?
Yeah, you can absolutely discreetly snap a few pictures.
And I would like to send those to, I believe his name was Eddie, the guy who hired me to infiltrate.
Oh, yes. That would be a good thing to do. Although doing so from the scene here might be a little risky.
So I just snapped the pictures for now, but that's my intention. And then when I call him tonight, I can
Okay.
explain what they are. So for right now, he's just gonna get pictures and not know the context. Or
Sure.
yeah, but
Um,
yeah.
What I would like for you to do then is please follow up with a dexterity roll. You
Yep.
are trying to do something sneakily using your hands. Normally, this would be a dexterity plus legerdemain roll, but you do not have dots there.
Correct. 5 die, no mega. I'm gonna preemptively spend a willpower, right?
Good call.
Oh,
And with the willpower, you have 5 successes. That's pretty damn good. Rebound and Mjolnir. I would like both of you to please make perception plus awareness rolls. And let's see if you notice Nox being sneaky. 1, 2, 3, 4 for Mjolnir. Not quite enough. And Jay, what about you? Do you spot what Nox is doing? I think you have 7 dice for perception awareness.
Yep. God.
Ouch.
I don't see that.
Ouch.
Okay.
quad botch.
That's
A
crazy.
quad botch.
That's
Quadruple
crazy.
botch. Rebound, you do not see what Nox is doing because you are grudgingly trying to follow Spectre's instructions. You pick up well, you pick up a severed head. And you are trying very, very hard not to look it in the eye. Because its eyes are still open. And you carry it around to the back door of the van. And you carefully place it in the back door of the van. And when the head thumps down on the inside of the van, it blinks and then the jaw starts to move. And you
Oh,
vomit.
oh shit.
That is
Well,
just one. That is one final straw too far for a rebound. You puke all over the inside of the van.
you successfully perceived that.
Yeah.
Damn, I didn't get to roll anything either. Yo.
No, you quad botched, bro. You don't
You
get a roll.
quadruple botch. No, there is no way around this. You are sick and gruesomely so. The the trauma of doing this under something like duress, and oh my god, the shock of realizing that there's still electrical activity in the brain inside that skull. It's There's still alive in there. Ooh. Yeah, you are overwhelmed. Spectre
I
comes
could
over
go in
your
that
ear.
discussion, but yeah.
Huh?
I said there was actually during the French Revolution, people that participated in the beheadings or
Mm-hmm.
were being beheaded for science. They kept blinking their eyes for as long as they could after they were beheaded. They found out it was 20 to 30 seconds.
Well, I guess that makes this guy special because he's been severed from the rest of the body for about 5 minutes at this point.
Yep.
Huh? Kind of makes you wonder what he's really up to, huh? Yeah. Spectre comes over the earbud and says, "What was that?"
Threw up. I, I threw up.
Oh, geez, kid, I'm sorry. Um, this is gonna sound really insensitive. Where? We'll need to clean that up too if it's on the street.
It's in the van.
Oh, perfect. Thank you, Jay. I just saw your little present in the Discord.
Yes, I did too. I had to click out of it.
I won't pull it up on stream.
No, please
Thank
don't.
you.
Um. Uh, so, yeah, you guys managed to complete the task. Knox, you managed to take a good 8 or 10 photos, and the you managed to do so without being observed, and put your burner phone back in your pocket discreetly. As you are concluding the process, you hear Spectre come back over the radio. His voice is shaky. "Are you done? Please, God, are you done?"
No, give us 5 more minutes.
Oh, Frankie, you are an ass. You are a vengeful ass. Mjolnir and Rebound. Do either of you contradict Mr. Kane?
No.
Thank you for participating in my pettiness.
Oh, God.
It shouldn't take us more than a couple trips to get the rest of the bodies, parts,
Yeah.
whatever the
At
fuck we're
this
calling
point,
this
it is
mess.
just one amalgamation.
Yeah, I mean, there
No, I'm
are
saying
enough
this
parts.
in character to Spectre.
Okay. So
I
you
do not like that I am participating in this. These people weren't fighting us yet. They didn't pose a threat. I'm pissed.
Yeah.
Don't worry, this is like our first mission. Like,
Yeah, we
Yeah.
got
I
dumped into some
know.
bullshit.
Yeah, you have done been dunked in the absolute worst part of the ocean. You know, the part with all the slimy, scummy stuff on top. Ugh, and it's sticking to you and it smells. So, um, Frankie,
yeah.
when do you call it? When do you tell him that you are ready to move?
Hmm. Well, as soon as I see his knees start to quake, just about right then. And I'm
Okay.
actually just stood behind him watching it.
Make a dexterity plus stealth roll if you're going to try to get behind him so you can watch him.
Yeah, no problem. That's 10
That's
dice.
yeah, 10 dice.
1, 2, 3,
Two,
4,
three,
5,
four,
6,
five, 6,
7.
7 successes. Well, let's see how that goes for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You've got him just barely, but you've got him.
And I'll lean in
So
real
yeah,
close and then whisper in his ear, done.
yeah. He sags so heavily he almost falls.
Now what, boss?
Load up. We're out of here.
Yeah. Give the
I'll hop
little
in the van.
rounding finger signal and we all load in. It's a bit
I'll
of a
hop in.
tight fit with these bodies.
Yeah, it's not feeling great. It's not smelling good.
No, it is not.
I'm gonna look at Rebound and tell him that, buddy, you're riding outside.
Oh, it's already inside the van. It's not going to help if he rides outside.
It will
Yeah.
help us in that it will stop more from happening.
I mean, he rode on the
Actually,
roof over here, so.
Yeah,
yeah,
he should
he
be
doesn't have.
comfortable outside again.
JD,
Yeah. Huh.
while I'm back here, um, can I try to snag some wallets?
This
Yeah.
guy.
Spectre sags into the passenger seat up front next to Mjolnir, and that leaves you in the back with the bodies. You are easily able to well, frankly, go through their the bystanders' clothing and belongings, looking for ID and such.
That's what I'm doing. Trying to collect names.
Okay. Yeah, you are able to. Now, are you keeping the IDs, or are you snapping pictures of them with your phone and putting them back?
Think that he is going to be smart enough that he's going to want to collect the IDs, so we're not leaving him with the bodies wherever we're going to leave the bodies. So I think I need to snap pictures of them.
Okay. All right, you are able to do so. Mjolnir, you are up front. You are driving the van. Spectre is in the passenger seat beside you. His skin is clammy and pale. He has a nosebleed. His hands are shaking. And he is clutching at his head.
You look like shit. Where are we going?
Back to the office.
We're gonna have some questions when we get back.
Oh, I'm sure. He reaches into a pocket and produces a little round tin. He pops open the lid and shakes a pill out into his mouth and swallows it dry. The only one of you that can see this happen is going to be Mjolnir, so go ahead and make a perception plus awareness roll, Cook. Just 6 dice.
Yep. One.
Man. We get you away from your wheelhouse with those strength rolls, and you're having some real serious shortfalls there, sir. Yeah, you see him do this out of the corner of your eye, and you get just a glimpse of the pill. And it looks familiar. You in fact know what it is when you think about it. That is adrenocillin. It is
Oof.
a specialty medicine developed for novas that helps manage the pain involved in the use or expansion of your nova powers. It is widely used in Rishaud facilities to help new novas cope with the pain of the headache that comes along with the eruption. It is kind of unusual to see an experienced nova in a condition that he is in. Most novas essentially grow out of it. He appears to be in really bad shape.
Is it safe to assume he overexerted himself popping the pill?
Oh,
or-
I think you could safely say that, yes.
And the adrenocillin is just to mitigate the side effects of him overexerting himself.
Correct.
Okay. So would
now,
would that be something that they would normally have access to?
yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Each of you all actually have an active prescription for adrenocillin and for a second drug called moxonaquantamine, commonly called MOX. It is used to dampen your powers, to make it easier to control them. It is far more frequently prescribed and used by novas with powers like Aurora's, the ability to expel, lethal amounts of energy. Powers like yours that are primarily internal, the ability to shrug off damage or to pick up big heavy things is not something that they generally worry about too much. But yeah, the Mox and the adrenocillin are both very common drugs for novas. They are, in fact, two of only a tiny handful of drugs that have been developed that successfully work on novas. Insight.
Yes.
You are working on a variety of things.
I am. So the first thing I'm working on is I'm running an analysis of the shooter footage known from the pictures and the footage against the pictures and the footage of Angus McPhee. I'm doing body type, walk gait analysis, facial structure analysis, voice if available. What is my
Wow.
percentage
Okay.
chance of match?
Let's see. Please make an intelligence plus investigation roll. If you wish to spend a quantum point on it, you could use investigative prodigy here. It would be well within the scope of applicable here.
I don't think I had investigative prodigy. I think it was tactics prodigy. Let me double check.
Did you not take?
No, you're right. It's engineering, investigative, and tactical.
Yeah. Yep. You took all three. That was why. That was how you wound up
Okay.
spending so much.
Yep, I will go ahead and spend the quantum on that.
That gives you
So
three
what do I
extra
need to
dice
do to
roll.
alter my on
It just
quantum,
gives you
on the mega roll or on the standard roll?
on the standard roll. So that gives you 13 dice plus your mega attribute. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's an unkind die roll. 6 successes on
Yeah, I know it.
14 dice. All right.
But it's still 6 successes.
Still 6 successes. Yeah. You're not fighting another Nova on this. With 6 successes, you are able to fairly quickly and easily ascertain that yes, to all appearances, you are looking at approximately a 97% likelihood that the shooter here at the crowd that got away is in fact the Nova Angus McPhee.
Okay. All right, I document all that. Next thing I'm doing is I'm checking up on the status of Aurora, whether I'm monitoring the EMT bands, anything. If her comm came back online and we've got biofeedback on that, whatever I can get.
Okay, her comm did not come back online. The earpiece was evidently lost in her crash. You are able to ping the comm unit and dispatch a drone to pick it up because it is in the alley.
Good.
The guys did not find it while they were getting her picked up and getting out of there. But one of your smaller drones with a simple manipulator claw can go swoop in, pick it up, and return it to you. However, Aurora's condition is, well, better and worse than it could be. Better in that she does not, in fact, have a bullet wound. Her U-fiber suit successfully absorbed the extremely traumatic damage that a bullet to the chest could inflict. She does have and a preliminary assessment being reported by the ambulance crew of the broken tibia, broken humerus. She has got broken bones all over her damn body. She was going way too fast when all of a sudden she stopped and hit the ground. The prognosis is good. Novas heal significantly faster than ordinary humans. But she is going to be out of with injuries like these. She is going to be out of commission for probably at least a month.
Got it. But she's
stable. She is stable.
Okay, good. All right. So the next thing I'm doing is from the footage. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. Tell me what's on your mind.
Once I found out she was stable, I was probably going to stop at that point. Um,
Okay.
so I could report back to the team. The bodies that they were loading up in the van, going off the footage, doing facial analysis, doing a quick look up, see if I can identify them.
Okay. The bad news about that, the protest was actually taking place a good 150 or so yards away from the ceremony.
Mm-hmm.
What limited drone coverage you had was concentrated on the ceremony.
Gotcha.
You,
Okay.
you do not have good facial recognition images to work from. Uh, you know there was a group
Fair.
of people over there, but nothing that you can work with at this point.
Last thing. Is there a sprinkler system installed in that area, and can I hack it?
Sprinkler system? Like a lawn sprinkler? No.
Yes.
No, there is nothing of the kind. This was a paved sidewalk outside a large commercial building on a downtown street. There is no
Okay.
irrigation system that you can tap into here.
Gotcha. All right.
Um, if you wanted to get really down and funky with it, there is a fire hydrant,
No.
but that would involve dispatching a drone to manually open the hydrant. There's no
And
computer
my
control.
drones can't do that. My drones
Yeah,
can't do that. They don't have the horsepower.
yeah, I didn't think so.
Mm-mm. Nope. Nope. Okay. I have done what I can. So now that I've accomplished all that, I'm gonna put my thinking cap on and start maneuvering the van back to headquarters.
Okay, Frankie, you are
Yes.
in the back of the van. You have gone through their clothes and looked for loose change. Congratulations. Please make a perception plus investigation roll.
Okay.
Okay, that is 2, 3, 4, 5 successes. Okay. Um, 5 successes. That basically translates out to 1 for each victim. I am preparing a short list of names for you. Stand by.
John Doe, John Davis, John Smith, John,
Okay.
Jimmy John.
There we go. Thomas and Alma Edwards, ages 63 and 60. Based on their driver's licenses, they are apparently a married couple from Arlen, Texas. Martin and Shirley Jenkins, age 57 and 55, also of Arlen, Texas. And John Paul Edwards, the adult son of Thomas and Alma, age 37, resident of Dallas. You are able to take photos of their IDs and put them back where you got them. Rebound, you watch as Knox does this. The confines of the back of the van are tight enough. There is no realistic way that he could search the bodies for their IDs without you seeing him do it. So, Frankie, I'm just going to put that out there. You can
Yeah,
make
no,
a
that's fine.
boy. Oh, I'm really thirsty. No wonder.
Do you have to do that? Do you have to do that?
Do I have to do what?
Pick through dead people's pockets.
I have no idea what you're talking about, kid.
He remains quiet. It just slowly starting to build up.
Yeah. You guys ride back to the office basically in a growing condition of shock. Knox, you have seen and done some really, really heinous things in your life. The things that you have had to do to survive. Let's just say this is not the first time you've gone through a dead body's pockets.
Right.
But, by the same token, this is certainly the first time that you've had somebody that you thought of as an authority figure tell you point blank that we have to hide these bodies. Mjolnir, how are you doing up in the front of the van?
Not exactly happy up here. I'm used to people fighting back. You know, this doesn't. I'm not happy about people just dropping dead, and we're being told to cover up said dead bodies.
Yep. So you are getting. Would you characterize yourself as getting angrier as you drive,
Yeah.
or are you just
Um.
okay?
No, the closer we get, the more. Why the fuck am I doing this? Why am I helping this guy out?
Okay, it's a valid question. You turn and look at Spectre. You are probably 10 minutes away from the office. And you've finally gotten angry enough that you are about ready to confront him verbally right here in the car. You turn to look at him, and he has slumped in his seat. He is up against the door. His face, from the nose down, is covered in blood. His breathing is incredibly shallow, and he appears to be unconscious.
Shit. Can I? The back is open, so I can yell to Knox, right?
Oh, yeah, you absolutely can.
Knox, shit. Spectre's out. Spectre is out fucking cold, man.
Could you repeat that for me one more time?
Yeah, he's knocked the fuck out. He's unconscious, covered in his own blood. Nah, I didn't do it. It wasn't me this time.
This time.
Any special plans you got to come up with quickly, buddy?
I'm gonna reach up and check for a pulse.
Okay. Yeah, that's easy. He has a pulse. He is alive. His pulse is thready. His breathing is shallow, and you think he's running a fever.
I think he just overexerted himself. We couldn't get lucky enough for an asshole like this to die. Let's just get back. Insight, will you let him know that we're around? We got an injured soup on board.
I'm already working on it.
You pull up at the Project Utopia / Team Tomorrow office. The roll-up door on the back of the warehouse is open for you to just drive the van inside. When you pull in, the door closes behind you, and a uniformed assistant, one of the Team Tomorrow support personnel, guides you to a parking place. It says, "I understand you have an injured Nova on board. Who is it? Where are they sitting? Do we, what kind of help do we need?" You notice that behind this guy there are 3 more just like him. They have a stretcher, a EMT's med kit, great big medical bag. How can we help? What do we need? Who's hurt?
Spectre's in the passenger seat, knocked out cold, but I'm a little bit more worried about the 5 dead bodies I got scattered in pieces in the back of the van.
You
As soon
say
as you
that
get him
out
awake, you
loud.
might want to. As soon as you get this guy conscious, you might want to ask him about that.
You say that out loud, and these 4 people look at you like you have grown horns, and they say, "Okay, I don't know anything about that, sir. Thank you for letting us know. Um, we'll take care of Spectre. Why don't the 3 of you wait with the van for a moment?"
Not a problem.
They load Spectre onto the stretcher and roll him inside, while one of them is, talking on an earpiece. Insight. You pull up to headquarters, pull your van inside. You arrive just in time to park your van. I'm assuming you disembark.
Oh yeah. Slide out the
Okay.
back. Ramp. The door folds down as a ramp, and my power chair gets me down it.
Okay. How does it feel to make that transition from being a near omniscient creature while you are plugged into all of the data systems in your van, and then to step away from it and be isolated and just be subject to what you have in your skin?
The It's like parking your car after a long drive. The engine's still pinging. The brain's still going. I'm still running on the juice.
Okay.
Now I've gone into analyst mode. What happened? Why did it happen? What can we do to make it better next time? And I've already got some things I'm working on which I'll wait for the debrief.
Okay.
But he's kind of quiet with a blank look on his face, but you can see his eyes are darting back and forth as if he's thinking.
Okay. So you see where the other 3 are standing next to the van, and you have disembarked from your van just in time to watch the stretcher roll away into the interior of the office, carrying Spectre. The door closes behind them, and then reopens a moment later. A tall, lean man with dark hair, dark suit, necktie, comes striding out into the garage towards you all. He smiles as he arrives, and he says, "Gentlemen, rough morning. I understand Spectre called on you to do something more than a bit distasteful."
Yeah. That's a word for it.
It is a word, yes, sir. That is correct. My name is Mark Stevens. I will be handling your debrief in Spectre's absence. Please, won't you join me in the conference room? We'll leave this, and I have people that will take care of it for us.
Is there a empathy type role? You know what I mean for this? Like, do I feel like this guy's putting on a face? Do I trust this guy?
Uh, Please roll your wits plus rapport.
Ugh, that's ugly.
I know, right? You are very observant of the world around you. You are not all that terribly connected to the people in it.
Just one.
One success. Um, you know, um, you you absolutely believe that this man is putting on a professional show. With even one success, you can tell that he is upset. He is behaving professionally, but he is upset. But with only one success, you cannot discern why.
Okay.
But he turns to the four of you and he says, "Please come with me." And as you start to walk away from the van, Mjolnir he holds out his hand to you. He says, "The keys, if you please, sir."
Yeah, I got no problem handing those over.
He takes the keys from you, holds up the key fob, and goes boop boop, and locks the doors. So, he says, as the door closes behind you all as you enter the conference room, he looks around the table. As I said, my name is Mark Stevens. I work for Project Utopia's Department of Internal Security. Please, I understand that today has been terribly stressful and extremely challenging from a moral perspective. I've seen the videos already, including the take from your drone's insight. Thank you very much. And I would like to be the first to congratulate you all on a job that was handled as well as could be expected under the circumstances. My immediate superior is currently on scene, dealing with local law enforcement and the governor's office, and preparing to make a statement to the press. The attempted assassination of Castus Pax, the successful assassination of the mayor, and the death of a group of Church of Michael Archangel protesters cast more than a bit of a pall over Team Tomorrow's first foray into the role as new municipal protectors for the Houston area. I have questions for you all regarding the events today, and I would like to know your honest opinion about how things have been handled so far today. And he turns and he looks at the most sensitive of you first. Mr. Marcel, what about you, sir? How are you feeling right now?
How am I feeling? It's a massive disaster. Not only did we pretty much kill a bunch of people, we were also doing this. We're also doing pretty much cleanup to make sure that we're saving face.
He nods. That is, I'm afraid, a very accurate picture of the situation. You're not wrong. Mr. Henry, what about you, sir? What is your take on today?
What is my take on the disposal of dead bodies? Is that what you're asking?
Among other things, you
Yeah, I was
came
supposed
face
to
to
be.
face. You came face to face with the assassin.
Yeah,
He
I
pointed
was.
a gun at you and emptied a clip. How are you feeling? Are you are you all right?
Yeah, I'm not worried about the bullets, man. I'm worried about the fact that I was supposed to be picking up a slab or something or other and smiling and waving for cameras. Now, body disposal unit 001. I mean, I don't know, man. This doesn't feel very utopian.
Unfortunately, I'm afraid you're right about that too. Mr. Franklin, how are you doing? I know
It
you
still
have.
hasn't hit yet. To be honest, I do know what facts I was able to find. I can relay those, but as far as how am I feeling, I don't know. I don't know.
That's fair.
Here's the facts
I
I've
want
got.
you I want you to know something before you relay facts to me, because most of the facts that you have access to, I probably have access to as well. What I want you to
Okay.
know is this: when the feeling starts to really register, I want you to understand that you do not have to cope with this feeling alone. All right?
Okay.
We'll come back around
Okay.
to this, but none of you are dealing with this by yourselves. You are the most important.
All right.
As far as I am concerned, the four of you plus Spectre and Aurora are the six most important people in the city of Houston. Your safety and well-being, both physical and mental, is my highest priority. I am here to look out for you in any way that I can.
Um, inside, Luke looks up to him and looks him dead in the eye. Wits plus rapport.
Make a wits plus rapport roll. Anybody else that wants to can try it, but I think Luke is the only one that has actual dots in rapport.
And Mega Wits doesn't hurt either.
Oh no, Mega Wits certainly helps. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 successes.
That's a roll, buddy.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh wait. No, excuse me.
You were counting mine.
I was counting Frankie's in there. So you have
Yeah, I
1,
think
2,
seven's
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You had
okay.
5. You had 5 from the regular dice plus a 10 on the mega attribute, so that counts as 3
Right.
successes. Frankie has 4, which is still really freaking good. So I'm going to give you guys this in dribs and drabs. Be patient with me, okay?
Okay.
So, Frankie, Knox watches and listens to this guy as he lays this out. And he's telling the truth. The Novas on this team, the 4 of you plus Spectre and Aurora, the 6 of you are his highest priority. He is 100% sincere about this. His job is to make sure that you are safe, cared for, and looked after. He is being 100% sincere. Rebound with 2 successes on your roll, you get the hint that yes, he is being serious. Insight, with 8 successes on the roll, you live up to your name. He is being dead serious.
Because his
But
bonus is reflected off of it.
no, it's not about his bonus. It is not directly about him in any way. You see in this guy, in the almost fanatical light in his eyes, it is all about the project. Hey guys, 1 second, please. Bear with me just a moment.
Sounds like the pizza arrived.
Yeah.
He better save me a slice.
Hey man, you're a Nova. 5 steaks, 3 baked potatoes later, you're still hungry. 1 pizza? No, it ain't going very far in this crowd.
No.
No. The thing that stands out to you, Mark Stevens, reads to you as an absolute fanatic.
Okay.
He will do anything for the project.
Got it. You said that was Mark Stevens?
Yes. He is part of Utopia's internal security department. But after reassuring you this way, he finally turns to Knox. Mr. Cade? What about you, sir? I know that you come from a background that tends to make you slightly untrusting of authority figures. Please
First of
understand.
all, it's Kane.
Oh,
Not Cade.
excuse me. That's the storyteller misreading your character sheet. I'm sorry.
Knox takes his hat off, removes his mask, and pulls down the balaclava. And his low and sunken. He's got a scraggly 5 o'clock shadow. And he just, with his eyes, looks at this guy. We're going to need to discuss this contract. Because if it's going to be used repeatedly to just unethical behavior to protect the project, I might not be your guy. I went along tonight, but I'm not in the business of protecting corporate image. I signed up because, I want to help people and be a positive influence, and I don't know that whether or not, if, as Spectre said, that they were fanatics and terrorists, they were holding fucking picket signs. That was it. That's protected by the Constitution. Aurora is a murderer.
I see. Mr. Kane, I appreciate your candor. Many people, when confronted by something like this, would feel the need to keep their true opinions secret, keep them to themselves.
Hey, I'm trying to be a team player here, but
I recognize that, and I appreciate it. So let me lay my cards on the table as well. First of all, and he reaches into a drawer at the conference table and pulls out a contract. This is a blank contract, he says. It is identical to the ones that you all signed. Feel free to take a look at it, pass it around. I would like to draw your attention to Appendix C, the non-disclosure agreement. Project Utopia is not a corporation. We are a non-governmental organization.
what's the fucking difference?
The difference is this. The guy four chairs up the ladder from me reports to an office in the United Nations building and has an advisory seat on the United Nations Security Council. This is serious business. I recognize that civilian casualties are a dreadful, dreadful burden. I also know, as you all should be coming to grips with, that civilian casualties are often an unavoidable byproduct of Nova action. When Garyon attacked and killed the mayor of Miami last year, he killed 26 Miami police officers and injured 43 others. That is just a single example of a Nova using their powers against unprotected mortals. Excuse me, humans. Man, I have got too many different games going on in my brain. Sorry about that. Mr. Stevens does not use the term mortals. He uses the term humans. Innocent civilians are all too often at risk when Novas take the field. As much as possible, it is our job to strive to protect them. At this time, I am prepared to rule based on the video footage that I have already seen that we are going to rule these fatalities, internally at least, as an unfortunate accident. Aurora did not knowingly and willfully fire into a crowd of civilians. What she did was negligently discharge a nova power without being cognizant of what was downrange of her target. Had she fired that blast of energy at Mjolnir, it is quite likely that he could have shrugged it off. It is quite likely that a Nova level threat could take that blast and ignore it. She is relatively inexperienced and new to her powers just like the rest of you. However, that kind of power on a human target and could not see past it because your shroud was blinding the other protesters. She could not see them and did not know where they were in relation to the gunman. Her priority was protecting the crowd of civilians behind her from the gunman. And in that situation, she acted in the best interests of the larger group of people present. By the same token, her action was irresponsible. At the end of the day, though, we have got to try to settle this matter in-house. There will be consequences for Aurora. I appreciate all of you doing your part to help contain this disaster. It is my most urgent hope that there will be no need for your assistance in similar regards moving forward. However, I would like to point out Appendix C, the non-disclosure agreement. Nothing that happens with regard to collateral damage or civilian casualties is to be discussed with anyone not present on the operation who is a member of your chain of command, or with someone not present for the operation who is briefed and a part of your chain of command. I am Mr. Spector's direct report in terms of Project Utopia and Team Tomorrow security. That makes me one step higher than your team leader in your chain of command with regard to security situations. If you wish to talk about these events, I have an open door policy. My cell phone is on 24 hours a day. I do not take days off. I do not sleep. That is one of the unusual side effects of my own Nova abilities. If you want or need someone to talk to about this or anything else, my door is open. I am prepared to listen. I am prepared to help in any way that I can. But the one thing that I must demand is that you maintain confidentiality at all times. Failure to do so will carry severe consequences, as defined in Appendix C of your contract. Project Utopia is doing incredibly important work to improve the living conditions of all humanity. You are part of a global initiative. We are not here to take care of 5 people tragically killed in the streets of Houston. We are here to preserve and protect, by any means necessary, 8 billion human lives. We have 6,000 Novas to work with, and less than 2,000 of them are on our team. He looks at you and Knox. Those 4 successes you had on that rapport roll, we're going to let that carry forward. The extra moisture in his eyes is not feigned. He is deeply hurt at the loss of life. He is deeply sorry for having to put you in this position. But he is just as deeply convinced that it is the right thing to do in this situation. And it is written all over his face. Insight. You are seated next to Knox at the table. You see his face every minute of this little speech that he's given. Your 8 successes carry forward as well. Everything I just said, 100% accurate. The hairs on the back of your neck stand up. Because the unspoken part that you're pretty sure your companions at the table overlook is that little bit that I said earlier. He believes that the project is doing good work. And he is prepared to do anything to protect the project.
By any means necessary.
I believe we had a talk about this earlier this week, didn't we, Michael?
I think we did.
The squeaky wheel gets replaced.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Old Oppenheimer thought he was doing something for the good of humanity too.
Ding ding ding
Well,
ding
depends on
ding.
depends on whose eyes you are looking from. I mean, honestly, in the
Yeah.
greater scheme of things, yes, he did. If you go by the numbers, but don't tell that to the people of Hiroshima or Nagasaki.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I hate to call it
On
short,
that
but I
note,
think we should move into experience.
I got stuff to. Yeah, all right.
going for
I
the
understand.
dismount quick on that one, are you, Frankie?
I think one, this is a good place to end on your little speech there. That was really good. And yes, I was absolutely trying to channel Jack Nicholson. I was trying that out there. And 3, I've got church in the morning, guys. So
Oh god. Yeah,
we gotta call it. So
all right. Well, let's go ahead and wrap it up then. If we want to make a verbal sign off to the crowd at home, I mean, I don't think there is one, but
Yeah, we got 4 viewers. So hey guys, thanks for coming.
Really? Oh, nice.
Well, I'm dual streaming, so that means we've got 2 on YouTube right now. So
Awesome.
appreciate
Nice.
you guys for coming out. I hope it was somewhat entertaining for you guys. This is the first game, so we've kind of got to find the characters, but I promise only be better from here. So everybody say good night and